Firas, my brother Firas, he screams. The pain is overwhelming as corpses lie by his feet. These are the moments just after an Israeli strike on a school sheltering thousands of displaced Palestinians. A cameraman working with us was just minutes away when the missile hit. Distraught families search desperately for their relatives. Stop, stop, this man yells, racing behind a body being carried away. You won't recognize him, the others tell him. The Israelis said they were targeting Hamas fighters. Perhaps members of the group were here, but so were so many other ordinary people.
We were just sitting here and the rocket hit. We don't know who's alive and who's dead. I can't talk now. I need to look for my children.
At a hospital nearby in the centre of the Gaza Strip, it's nearly all children we see being treated. Israel has targeted dozens of schools turned shelters in recent months. In northern Gaza, a mass forced exodus continues. Tens of thousands fleeing in fear, under fire from Israeli soldiers that have ordered them out. They say they're targeting regrouped Hamas fighters, but the population is exhausted, dazed and traumatized. We saw death, my dear, not once, but 1,000 times, this woman cries. There was killing and death and houses collapsing on their owners. 2 of our relatives, we left them as pieces under the rubble. There was no ambulance, no one to rescue them. We just left them under the rubble. They've just arrived at the outskirts of Gaza City. It's a moment to breathe, to try and process what they've just escaped from. There look to be many more women and children than men. Perhaps because around half of Gaza's population is under 18, but also because many men have been detained by Israeli soldiers searching for anyone with links to Hamas. They took my brother, 2 of my cousins, and my father, says this young boy. Here we see some of the detainees. Footage filmed by Israeli soldiers of Palestinian men blindfolded, their hands bound. Many will be taken to sites in Israel where allegations of torture are widespread. Hardly any will have access to lawyers. Amongst the displaced, there's anger levelled in all directions. At Israel, of course, accused of attempting to ethnically cleanse northern Gaza, which it denies. Amongst some, anger too with Hamas for its role in the conflict. A question everyone here asks: why isn't the world stopping this suffering?